Guangzhou, China, 1837. A young man sits in an examination hall. Sweat drips onto rice paper. Around him, 3,000 candidates, scratching their brushes against silk, hoping today will change their destiny. His name is Hong Xiuquan. He is 23. This is his third attempt at the Imperial Civil Service exam. Pass it, and he becomes an official, a ticket out of poverty, a chance to make his village proud. But he fails. Again. He walks home in silence. Somewhere along the road, his mind snaps. He collapses. For 40 days, he lies in bed, burning with fever, speaking to people who aren't there. His family thinks he's dying. He isn't. He's having the most expensive hallucination in human history. In his vision, he rises to heaven. An old man with a golden beard sits on a throne. Next to him stands a middle-aged man in a black robe. The old man hands Hong a sword and says, "Go back, slay the demons. You are my son." The middle-aged man nods. "We are brothers." Hong wakes up. He doesn't know what any of it means. 6 years later, he will. And 14 years after that, 20 to 30 million people will be dead because of a dream. This is not a history lesson. I mean, yes, it is history, but also not. This is something else. This is the story of how the right lie, told at the right moment to the right people, can burn a civilization to the ground.
To understand how one man's fever dream can kill millions, you first have to understand China in the 1800s. Picture an ancient machine, 2,000 years old, still running, the oldest continuous civilization on Earth. At the center sits one man, the emperor. Around him, a bureaucracy of 100,000 officials, judges, governors, tax collectors. Below them, 400 million people, organized into a cosmic hierarchy. For 2 millennia, this machine has been held together by one operating system, Confucianism. The philosophy is simple. Everyone has a place. Father above son, husband above wife, emperor above all. Obey who is above you, care for who is below. Harmony. And it works, kinda, for 2,000 years. But by the 1840s, the machine is breaking. The population has exploded. 400 million people, but the amount of farmland hasn't changed. Rice prices skyrocket. Millions of peasants are one bad harvest away from starvation. Meanwhile, the Qing dynasty, the Manchu foreigners who conquered China 2 centuries ago, is rotting from within. Corruption is everywhere. Local officials pocket taxes. The military is a joke. Bandits roam the countryside. And then comes the final humiliation. In 1839, the British show up with warships and guns, demanding the right to sell opium to Chinese citizens. The Qing say no. The British blow up their navy. 2 years later, China surrenders. Hong Kong becomes British. The Great Middle Kingdom, the center of civilization, has been kicked in the teeth by a tiny island on the other side of the world. The mandate of heaven, the divine right of emperors, suddenly looks uncertain. Into this chaos walks Hong Xiuquan with a very interesting idea about who he really is. Let's go back to 1843, 6 years after his breakdown. Hong tries the exam one more time, 4th attempt. He fails.
By now, he's given up. He'll never be an official. He's sitting in his room, going through old papers, and he finds a set of pamphlets a Christian missionary gave him years ago. He never read them. He opens one. The pamphlets are about Christianity, God, Jesus, the devil. And suddenly, Hong Xiuquan's brain does something incredible. It connects the dots. The old man with the golden beard? That was God, the Heavenly Father. The man in the black robe? That was Jesus, his older brother. The demons he was sent to slay? the Manchus, the Qing dynasty. Hong Xiu Quan is not a failed student. He is the younger son of God, the brother of Jesus Christ, sent to Earth to save China. Now, at this point you might be thinking, this guy is crazy. No one is going to believe this. Fair question. Let me give you an answer. Imagine you're a peasant in 1840s China. Your family is starving. The local official just stole your last bag of rice. Bandits burned your neighbor's house, and the government does nothing. Now imagine a man walks into your village. He says, "The reason you are suffering is because demons have taken over the country. But don't worry, God has sent me to destroy them. And if you join me, we will build a new kingdom where everyone is equal, where no one goes hungry." What do you have to lose? The real question isn't why people believed Hong Xiu Quan. It's why they wouldn't. Hong starts a religion. He calls it the God-worshipping society. He baptizes himself and his friend Feng Yunshen. They go into the mountains of Guangxi, a lawless region full of bandits and pirates. They start preaching, mostly to the Hakka people, an ethnic minority treated like dirt by the locals.
The Hakka are perfect recruits. Poor, marginalized, tough. They listen to Hong's story about demons and salvation, and they nod. That sounds about right. The society grows. 100 members, then 1,000, then 10,000. But here's where it gets interesting. Hong is charismatic, but he's not organized. He's the visionary, the face. But while he's busy writing poems and having visions, other people start joining the leadership. A charcoal burner named Yang Shu Qing claims he can channel the voice of God the Father. A farmer named Xiao Chao Gui claims the same thing, but for Jesus. So now you have a movement where the leader is God's son, but his subordinate is God's voice, which means the subordinate can tell the leader what to do. This will be a problem later, a very, very bloody problem. But for now, the movement grows. By 1850, the God-worshipping society has 50,000 members. They are arming themselves. They are drilling. The Qing finally notice. They send troops. And that's when Hong Xiu Quan makes his move. January 11th, 1851, Jintian Village, Hong's 37th birthday. He stands before 20,000 followers, men, women, children, farmers with bamboo spears, miners with pickaxes, former soldiers with stolen rifles. He raises his banner and declares the founding of the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom. Taiping, great peace. They are going to march north, destroy the demons, and build heaven on earth. The Qing send an army. The Taiping destroy it. They send another army. Same result. By 1852, the Taiping have 500,000 soldiers. They sweep through southern China like wildfire. They capture city after city. Their ranks swell with every victory. Peasants join because they're hungry. Bandits join because there's loot. Secret society members join because they've always hated the Manchus.
Women join because the Taiping do something unthinkable. They promise equality, no foot binding, no concubinage. Women can serve in the army, hold office, take examinations. In 1840s China, this is revolutionary. By March 1853, the Taiping army reaches Nanjing, the southern capital, a city of 500,000 people. They dig tunnels under the walls. They pack the tunnels with gunpowder, and on March 19th, they blast their way in. Within hours, the city falls. Thousands of Manchus are massacred. Officials are executed. Temples are burned. Hong Xiu Quan enters the city on a golden palanquin, carried by 16 men. He renames the city Tianjin, Heavenly Capital, and he declares himself the Heavenly King. Okay, let's pause. Let's take a breath, because what happens next is a lot. Hong Xiu Quan, a guy who failed the civil service exam 4 times, now rules a kingdom of 30 million people. He controls the richest region of China. He has 1,000,000 soldiers, and he immediately starts building paradise. The vision is radical. All land belongs to God. All property is shared. No private wealth, no gambling, no opium, no alcohol, no prostitution, no slavery. Men and women are equal. Marriages require mutual consent. Bang foot binding is banned. Education is open to everyone. Sounds progressive, right? Here's the catch. While preaching equality and celibacy, Hong Xiaquan himself moves into a palace with 88 wives. Yes, 88. He has so many concubines that he numbers them because he can't remember their names. The rules say sex is forbidden for ordinary citizens, even between married couples. The penalty is death. But the heavenly king, he has 2,000 women in his palace.
If any of them show jealousy, they're beheaded publicly. If they cry during punishment, beheaded. If they repeat a fault, beheaded. All the while, Hong retreats deeper into his palace. He stops attending to government. He spends his days rewriting the Bible to remove passages he finds inappropriate and adding his own visions. The actual ruling? He leaves that to his subordinates. Big mistake. Remember Yang Shaoqing, the charcoal burner who claims he can channel God? By 1856, Yang is the real power behind the throne. He commands the army. He makes the decisions, and he starts getting ambitious. Rumors spread that Yang is planning to seize the crown. Hong gets scared. He sends a secret message to another general, Wei Shanghui. Come back, kill Yang. On September 2nd, 1856, Wei attacks. He doesn't just kill Yang Shaoqing, he slaughters Yang's family, his staff, his soldiers. 20,000 people die in a single night. But Wei doesn't stop. The killing spreads. He murders anyone he thinks might be a threat. Then Wei goes after Hong himself. Hong barely escapes. He orders Shi Dekai to execute Wei. Wei is killed, along with 200 of his men. In 3 months, the Taiping leadership has cannibalized itself. Shi Dekai, disgusted, leaves with 100,000 of the best troops. The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom is crippled, and the wolves are circling. After the Tianjin massacre, the Qing counterattack. A scholar named Zhang Gufan raises a new army, the Shang Army, from peasants in his home province. Unlike the corrupt imperial troops, these men are disciplined, loyal, and brutal. They use a simple strategy: encircle and starve. City by city, they squeeze the Taiping territory. They cut off supply lines. They burn fields. They massacre populations to deny the Taiping recruits.
Meanwhile, Western powers, who initially had some sympathy for the Taiping because of their Christian veneer, realize that Hong's theology is, let's say, non-standard. Jesus' brother with 88 wives who rewrites the Bible? Yeah, no. The British and French, who just finished another war with China, decide to back the Qing. They provide weapons, training, officers. A mercenary force called the Ever-Victorious Army, led first by an American and then by a British general, helps defend Shanghai and push back Taiping advances. The Taiping are now fighting the Qing, the British, the French, and their own internal chaos. By 1862, Zhang Wufan's army reaches the walls of Nanjing. The siege begins. 2 years. That's how long the siege lasts. Inside Nanjing, there is no food. Soldiers eat bark. Civilians eat weeds. Dogs, cats, rats disappear. Some whisper of worse. Hong Xiaquan, still in his palace, tells his followers that God will provide. He orders them to eat manna, wild plants that grow in the city. He eats them himself. On June 1st, 1864, Hong Xiaquan dies. Whether from poisoning, suicide, or simply eating too many weeds, no one knows for certain. His teenage son takes the throne. It doesn't matter. 6 weeks later, the walls are breached. Qing soldiers pour into the city. What follows is one of the largest massacres in human history. Men, women, children, soldiers, and civilians, anyone associated with the Taiping is killed. Estimates range from 100,000 to 300,000 dead in the fall of Nanjing alone. They find Hong Xiuquan's body. They dig it up, behead it, burn it, and fire the ashes from a cannon so that nothing remains.
The Taiping Heavenly Kingdom is over, but the killing isn't. For years, Qing armies hunt down remaining Taiping forces. Villages are burned, populations are relocated. The death toll climbs. When it's finally over, in 1871, somewhere between 20 and 30 million people are dead. Some estimates go as high as 70 million. To put that in perspective, World War I killed 17 million. The American Civil War, which happened at the exact same time, killed 600,000. A failed student with a fevered dream started a war that killed more people than any conflict in history up to that point. So, what do we learn from this?
First, the obvious. Hong Xiuquan was probably mentally ill. Schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, take your pick. His visions were hallucinations, his theology was incoherent, his rule was tyrannical. He was not a hero. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Hong Xiuquan didn't create the Taiping Rebellion. China's collapse did. The system was rotting. The government was corrupt. The military was useless. Millions of people were starving. Hong just gave them a story. And that story, crazy as it was more compelling than what the Qing were offering, which was suffer in silence. This is the pattern that repeats over and over throughout history. When a system fails, when it cannot protect its people, when it offers nothing but suffering, someone will come along with a story. Maybe it's a man who says he's God's son. Maybe it's a party that promises utopia. Maybe it's a leader who says he alone can fix everything. The story doesn't have to be true. It just has to be more appealing than the alternative.
Hong Xiuquan promised heaven on earth. The Qing offered taxes and starvation. 30 million people made their choice. Look around. Trust in institutions is collapsing. Governments seem paralyzed. Inequality is rising. Into this void step new prophets. Influencers with answers. Politicians with rage. Ideologues with pure, simple truths. Some of them might even believe what they're saying. The Taiping Rebellion didn't end in 1864. It echoed. It weakened the Qing dynasty so much that it collapsed 50 years later. It created the warlord era. It set the stage for the Chinese Civil War and the rise of Mao Zedong. It took over a century for China to stabilize. Hong Xiuquan's dream killed millions, but the conditions that created him are still with us. The question is not whether there will be another Hong Xiuquan. The question is, are you ready when he appears? One man failed an exam, had a fever dream, read some pamphlets. That's not a tragedy, that's a warning. Because here's the thing about stories. They move faster than armies, and they are much, much harder to kill.
This story Hong Xiuquan told was insane, but it was strong enough to break an empire. So maybe the lesson isn't just don't follow crazy people. Maybe the lesson is, if you care about the world, you better have a better story to tell before someone else tells a worse one. If this video made you think, subscribe. Next week, we're going to talk about a man who tried to sell the Eiffel Tower twice. Until then, stay skeptical, stay organized, and for God's sake,
Read the pamphlets before you start a revolution. See ya.